And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the Film Stocks channel. I haven't done one since, let's call it February 15th. I just pulled that date out of my ass, or February-ish, sometime in February. It's March now, and I wanted to do one a week, and that fell off. But we're back. We're back, and it feels good to be back. It's March 2nd. I have watched a decent amount of movies today, actually, while I've been doing stuff, the Rocky films, to rewatch just to refresh my memory a little bit. I'm very familiar with the franchise, but sort of refresh myself because I will be filming a free franchise ranking of these tomorrow. That'll be up tomorrow. So that's what I've been doing today. But how's everybody doing? Welcome in. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I meant to start this at 7. I was messing with my mic a little bit, so let me know if you guys can hear me and see me well. But yeah, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Helps out quite a bit. If you're here on the replay, I know time zones are a thing. Or if you're in here live, be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you want to guarantee that I get to your question or comment or concern, Super Chat is the way to go. It's also a way to help support the channel directly. And it would mean a lot, and it would help, if in getting your questions answered. All right, moving on to the actual chat. Let's do this thing. If you were on an island with a TV and you could only have one actor's set of movies and TV shows, who would you pick? Great question. I mean, it's hard not to think in terms of like, not a lot of actors do both movies and TVs that come to mind for me, but I mean, it's hard not to say Harrison Ford. You've got the Indiana Jones films, the original trilogy, a sequel that I actually like. You've got movies like The Fugitive, Witness. He's got a great catalog. So, I mean, it's hard not to, like, he's the first one that came to mind just because he has some of my all-time favorites. So I might say Harrison Ford, surprisingly. Leo obviously is great, but then you got to think of the diversity of his filmography, and it's not there as much. So Harrison Ford is the first one that came to mind for some reason. So there you have it. Which Pixar ending do you love more? Ego's speech from Ratatouille or So Long Partner from Toy Story 3? I probably would have to say the Toy Story 3 ending. Love both movies, and if you guys know me, they're like my 1 and 2 in terms of Pixar films. They're my 1 and 2 that constantly go back and forth. But I would have to say that the ending of Toy Story actually gets me to cry. The ending of Ratatouille is very impactful and sweet, but the ending of Toy Story 3 makes me cry. I hope you enjoy Creed 3, Alex. What is your favorite boxing match in the entire Rocky franchise? It's hard not to say, it's hard not to say Apollo Creed versus Rocky in the second film. That's incredible. And actually in both 1 and 2. But I love all the fights pretty much. They're all great. I watched Rocky 4 was one of the movies I watched today. The Drago fight's just a classic. So yeah, lots of great ones. I have seen 13 Reasons Why, Red Sanity. I have. Yeah, I've seen all 4 seasons, actually. I watched it with the Pretty Much It commentary tracks, which definitely enhanced the viewing experience. It's like a guilty pleasure sort of show for me. Like, I know that it gets really bad in season 4. But I really do enjoy the show, and it's great moments and its stupidity. So yeah, it's one of those guilty pleasure shows for me, 100%. Let's see. Favorite 2023 movie theater experience so far? It's probably Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania for me, which is like, I know most people hate the movie. I liked it, and it was my favorite one. I went to an early showing of it. I don't think I've gone to a movie with like not an early showing this year. So I haven't been with like, the loudest crowd was actually Cocaine Bear, people, laughing and everything. I thought Cocaine Bear was terrible looking back, but probably Quantumania was my favorite. I'm very excited for Scream 6 though. That's next week. I'll be seeing it. And I'll have some Scream videos as well. I'm rewatching the franchise this weekend, I believe, to prep for that. But yeah, I'm very excited for Scream 6. I think that it has potential to be better than 5, better than 3 with ease, and possibly better than 2 or 4. It could be the second best. We'll have to wait and see. Happy birthday, Brady Bear. Happy 13th birthday. Hope you have a great day, man. Hope you've had a great day. The guy, what's going on? Chuck, how you doing? I'll be in and out. Storms will stay safe out there. I hope all is well. We got Jason Cruz in the house. Mad Max, what's going on, everybody? Adrian, Philly D, Ghost Club, what's up? What's up? Record Entertainment, how you doing? Main Gamer, what's going on? Do I think Reese is Joe? I don't, but I mean that would be a crazy theory if like in You season 4 part 2 like Joe is hallucinating. That would be kind of interesting, and like we get a big twist. I don't know if it's going to be clever enough to do that, but I that comes out a week from today. I just realized. You season 4 part 2 comes out a week from today. It's insane how fast the time has flown by though, because we just got part 1 on February 9th and it's almost March 9th. So the rest of the year it's kicking into like hyperdrive, whatever you want to call it. We're going to speed through this thing pretty much. When do you think we're getting Stranger Things 5 and Cobra Kai season 6? I think I was talking about this with a friend who's in here actually right now. I think we'll get Cobra Kai possibly like Christmas time or very early next year, like January, February, or December of this year, or January, February of next year. Stranger Things may not, like, it depends on how long the VFX is going to take. I think they'll be done filming by the end of this year easily, probably by the end of July or August. But then they have to, edit the hell out of that. There's post-production galore, especially for the Upside Down Vecna. It's going to be probably the most special effects heavy season. Maybe not. Season 4 had a lot. Look, it's hard to say. I would say either late summer of, 2024, or even like Stranger Things Day, November 2024. If not, though, I'm fine with them taking their time. They could drop this like summer 2025. I know that's a very long wait, but I fully believe it would be worth it because we're not getting more after it. So there's no rush to get it out. As excited as I am, and we all are to watch it, there's no rush because once we see it, it's gone, which is a bummer. It sucks, but that's the way it is. Hello, Jello Plays. How you doing? I have watched Game of Thrones. Yes, love Game of Thrones. Not crazy about season 8. Don't want to get into it right now, but seasons 1 through 7 I adore. Season 4 is one of the best seasons of TV I've ever seen. It is a show that I know pretty damn well. I've seen multiple times through and thoroughly enjoy it. It's great television. Do I like Mando more or Grogu? I like Mando more as a character. I need a sip of water. Water. Let's see. I'm ready to start my own Twitch and YouTube journey. Not sure how to start yet. Any advice? My advice would be just to know what you want to talk about. Like, for example, if that's movies or television shows, then go in on that. Like, don't have a bunch. Like, don't want to. Like, what am I trying to say? Like, I like sports a lot, but I don't talk about it on the channel, or college football mainly, and don't talk about like, another interest you might have. Just like focus on one thing, and then again, I know this is like as cliche as it sounds, but it's really just like a learning process. Truly, like the first few videos you post, looking back on them, you'll be like, "Huh, these probably aren't that great." But it's a comfortability comes over time, and with most things, repetition, you get better at them. So starting is the hardest part would be true. I know that's literally like I trust me. I've heard tons of people say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You'll get more comfortable and learn more things the more you do it. Let's see. Transformers Age of Extinction is terrible. That's why I don't like it. But I mean, I'm glad you like it, but I was like dozing in the theater. It's inferior to the first 3 Transformers movies. It's literally just a snooze fest. That's why. I barely even remember the movie at this point. Best show on Netflix, like a Netflix original, Stranger Things for sure. What's sadder, end of Toy Story 3 or beginning of Up? Beginning of Up. That's like the saddest, one of those, not only in Pixar, but like one of the saddest, just most gut-wrenching moments in any movie I've ever seen. That little 10-minute like montage, whatever you want to call it. It's so devastating that it really is. It's one of the most upsetting things I've ever seen. So that is more sad or sadder than the Toy Story 3 ending. But the Toy Story 3 ending has like, it's like, oh, it's more bittersweet. The Up one is just devastating. Which movie do you like better from Cobra Kai? I love the username, by the way. I know you're in here a lot and have commented on videos before and all that, but Cobra Kai, it's just it rolls off the tongue nice. It's a nice like play on words. Which movie do you like better? The Force Awakens. That's like by far. The Force Awakens is really good. The other two, not so much for me, but I really dig The Force Awakens. Unfortunately, because the other two exist, it taints The Force Awakens for me a little bit, which makes rewatchability harder for me, at least. But I still, enjoy The Force Awakens. Top 5 favorite shows at the moment. Great question. In no order, so I'm kind of cheating here, but in no order, Stranger Things, and this is at this moment in time. Stranger Things for sure. I gotta throw Cobra Kai a bone. It's really like, I know that when I had originally finished it, what was I gonna say? I said, I don't know, it's probably top 10. Well, after sitting on it, it's March. Has it been 3 months almost since I've fully finished it, or 2 or 3 months? I mean, I've rewatched the show entirely since I finished the reaction series and rewatched some of my favorite episodes. So I think it's at the moment in time I'm comfortable saying, like right now today. Um, I would say that those two. I would have to say Breaking Bad. I just love that show. I would actually have to say, no, I can't say that one right now. I would also probably go Better Call Saul. Like those two have been very much on my mind lately. And then I would probably like I want to. I like The Mandalorian a lot, but I'm a little curious to see where we're headed. I love Game of Thrones too. It's hard. I have a list, and there's so many TV shows on there. There's so many different genres, but I love those shows and many, many more. By the way, there's 54 people in here. If you guys are in here, hit that like button. It means a lot. It's free to hit the like button and helps out. So hit that like button, and if you're on the replay as well, hit that like button. It helps out more than you would know. And keep firing your questions off. We're having a good time. Favorite Breaking Bad character, Jesse Pinkman. Do I like Mission Impossible? I love Mission Impossible. I'm so excited to do a rewatch of the franchise. I haven't rewatched any of the movies in a while, so it's going to be fun to do that leading up to Dead Reckoning Part 1. I don't know if I'm ever going to react to The Walking Dead. I know a lot of you guys have asked. I don't know if I will. It's such a long show. I may watch it one day, but yeah. Thoughts on Outer Banks getting a 30% Rotten Tomatoes? I didn't even know that exists. I didn't know that was a thing. I enjoy Outer Banks. I don't even care. Like I really have a fun time with the show. Season 3 was my least favorite, and it has its cheesy, cringe, dumb, inexplicably stupid moments, but I enjoy it for what it is, and I will to the bitter end. And it's literally like, I guess you could call it a guilty pleasure, but I genuinely get a thrill out of the show. It's not comparable to my favorite shows of all time in terms of quality. I'm aware of that. It's cheesy. There's just there's stupid moments galore, but I am so damn entertained by it that I can't look away. So I like it, and I don't know what, like, it at this point in time, if you're watching Outer Banks 3 and you're not like, I'm trying to even say how to put this, like, were people who's watching Outer Banks if you're not a fan of the show? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, no one's like, I think I'm going to watch Outer Banks 3 and early and do my review of it, but I'm not a fan of the show and I'm just going to hate it. Like, who would go out of their way to watch Outer Banks 3 if they haven't seen seasons 1 or 2? That's my thing. But I don't think there's an Outer Banks fandom look, and like, it doesn't even matter. The show's, it gets, the watch hours. It has its fans. I'm one of them. It's just one of those shows that it has its thing. And if you're a fan of it, you're a fan of it. If you're not, you're not. And like, that's just how it is. So that's how I feel about Outer Banks. I don't read into those things too much in terms of it. But yeah, let's see. Where was I? What do I think about Avatar? I believe, is that what we're trying to ask? If you're referring to, wait, I'm just gonna go with Avatar. The movies, both of them, and not for me. The show Avatar: The Last Airbender, I watched when it came out, and I barely, I remember moments, but I need to rewatch it. I'm not gonna do like a reaction series to it. Most anticipated movie for July 2023, got to be Mission Impossible, right? Mission Impossible 7. I feel like that. But honorable mention, the Haunted Mansion movie. That looks actually pretty fun. But MI7 all day, all day. What's my favorite 70s Disney movie? Let's look it up. 1970s Disney movies. That way I can have a list out in front of me. 1970s Disney movies. I feel like the 70s was not a bad decade, but actually kind of a weaker decade for Disney. I'm looking right now. Yeah, like none of their big hits were from the 70s, which is interesting. have I even seen a 70s Disney movie? It was called The Dark Age, 1970 to 1988. I don't even know if I like literally, by the way, I had this idea and I want you guys to let me know what you think. I had this idea today. I think I'm gonna watch every like Walt Disney animated film from Snow White to Strange World, and then the new one that comes out in November, and do like a massive ranking of all of them. That sounds fun. I'm going to be honest with you. I appreciate the question. I don't think I've seen a single 1970. I'm looking at the list right now. I haven't seen a single 1970s Disney movie. So I'm sorry. I'll say, even though it's not Disney, Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. But I'll have a better answer for that down the road. I'm very pumped for Cobra Kai season 6. It's a bittersweet pill for sure. I always want shows to go out on top. I hate when they overextend their stay. So I am very much here for them ending it on their terms. And I think that I have full faith in the creators. Which March movie are you most excited for? Scream 6. Scream 6. I really enjoy the Scream franchise. I actually had rewatched parts of 5, which I was sort of negative on when it first came out. But yeah, I Scream 6. I've already seen Creed 3, so Scream 6. All right, where was I? There I was. Okay. My favorite Outer Banks character is Sarah Fair. She's of the main Pogues. She is number 3 for me. My favorite is Pope and JJ. I already saw Creed. I actually have a review of it on the channel if you guys want to check that out. My ranking of Scream movies, I'll have that updated ranking next week. I don't know it off the top of my head right now, but Scream 1 will never be topped. That's all you need to know. What are some of your favorite films from classic era, pre-1970? Great question. Let me go to my letterbox and go to the movies I've seen, and that way I can tell you, hey, because I try to like hit watch on. I haven't had letterbox my whole life. I got it in like the end of 2019. So let me go to movies and I'll tell you what I've seen from that era, and that will narrow it down for me pretty easily. So let me go to films and let me sort this by release date earliest. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna have to say 100% Psycho, 100% West Side Story, Singing in the Rain, and The Great Escape. I think might be my favorite from like child. The Great Escape is a great film, you guys. Not to be on the nose, you got to watch that. The Sound of Music's an awesome one. Bullet and Where Eagles Dare, 2 movies I like from that era as well. So a lot of those types of movies for sure. I've never watched Ginny in Georgia. How tall am I? With shoes on, I am 6 feet, probably almost 6'1". Without, and I'm very vulnerable sharing this, but I am 5'11" and 3/4. And I never, when I went to the doctor for my like physical thing every year, I never ever actually hit 6 feet without shoes on, and it haunts me. It haunts me. I have nightmares about it. But with shoes on, I'm 6 foot, or a little bit taller than 6 foot. So yeah. There you have it. What are some of this year's Oscar-nominated movies you've seen so far? Top Gun, Maverick, Everything Ever All at Once, Banshees of Inisherin, Babylon was Oscar-nominated. Those are a few that come to mind. I haven't seen The Fabelmans yet, though. I need to watch that still. Who's the next big actor you would like to meet at a future Comic-Con? My goal in life, no, I'm kidding, not my goal in life, but I would love to meet pretty much every main actor in Stranger Things. I was going to have the opportunity to do so, to meet some of them. The Priya Ferguson, who plays Erica, Chrissy, played by Grace Van Dien, I believe. So I was going to meet them, but they had to cancel. So I want to meet Joe Keery and David Harbour desperately. Those are like 2 for sure. I don't know if I would want to meet RDJ, just because that's like that's almost like God level of like someone I've watched since like I was 8 years old, and I just don't think that I want to ever taint Iron Man. So I don't think I would be able to even. I don't know. He's almost like too famous too, right? Like the other people, the aforementioned, Joe Keery and David Harbour are very famous, but Robert Downey Jr. is like I think he's one of the highest grossing actors of all time. So I don't know, might be a little bit different of a vibe. Anyway, that's kind of my answer, and I'm actually gonna possibly be meeting more Cobra Kai people this month. That's all I'm gonna say. What do I think is better, Empire or Infinity War? I think Empire is the better movie. I saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie is now coming out on the 5th instead of the 7th. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I enjoyed Outer Banks 3. I kind of touched on that earlier, but I have like videos talking about it as well. But I do enjoy it. It's my least favorite season, but the vibes are still high. I love those vibes. Very glad the MCU is going back to quality over quantity, and it seems like they've listened to the fans, something that we've kind of been clamoring for since about, I'd say, definitely like early 2022. So over a year, we've been like asking, oh, maybe they should just stop putting so much out, focus on the quality, and it seems like they're doing that. You know, I'm here for it. They don't even have official announcement dates for the shows this year, which is concerning in a way, but you know, we'll see. Um, let's see. Runtime prediction for Guardians 3, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've actually never seen Transformers The Last Night. Is that the 5th one? Because I thought the 4th one was so bad, Age of Extinction, I literally vowed, I was like, I'm never going to watch this movie. So I have not seen the film. Favorite Marvel TV show? If we're talking Marvel as a whole, the Punisher and Daredevil are like neck and neck for me. So those are mine. Keep watch burn Spider-Man movies, Batman movies, Superman movies. This one's pretty easy, you know. I'm burning the Superman movies. Sorry. I've seen not all of them, and frankly, they're incomparable to the other two. Keeping the Spider-Man movies and watching the Batman movies. And like before everyone's like, what? Here's why. There's some stinker Batman movies. Like, I'm not even kidding. I rewatched them all about a year ago to prep for the Batman. Look, I love the Batman and the Dark Knight trilogy. That's 4. Everything else is aggressively average to bad. Like the 66 one is cheesy. The Burton ones are highly overrated. The Schumacher ones are terrible. In terms of Spider-Man, you've got Spider-Verse, which is great. No Way Home, which is elite. The Raimi trilogy, which I like all of those. You've got the TASM movies even are way more enjoyable than the really crappy Batman movies we got. And then you've got the Homecoming and Far From Home. There's like not really a bad Spider-Man movie. There are bad Batman movies. So that's why I would keep Spider-Man. They're way more rewatchable too and like just lighthearted. So I would do that. Do you think the end of Cobra Kai or the end of Stranger Things will be sadder? The end of Stranger Things. Yeah. Reason being, I've been with, and I always say this when I talk about the two. I'm a lot newer to the Cobra Kai fandom. Stranger Things I've been watching since 2016 and just feel so attached to all the characters, and like I'm almost in the show in terms of like I'm placed there and I'm just like I've become friends with these characters. That's how close to them I feel. And I just know someone's going to die, and it will also be devastating to watch the show end. Cobra Kai, to me, it could have honestly ended after 5. If they drew out the last episode a little longer. But I'm still pumped for it, obviously. But I think I'll be a little sadder, obviously, when Stranger Things ends. Best character in Cobra Kai? Johnny probably. By the way, William Zabka signed Funko Pop right there. I added the autograph pops to the background. Johnny, Miguel, they're like neck and neck for the best. I like Sam and Robbie a lot too. I might do this video when the new one comes out, new Stranger Things, and like that way I can rank them all. That would be fun. If you have a time stone, what would you do first? Probably, I don't know, actually. The time stone, I could do anything I wanted. Maybe I would go like, I actually don't know. Maybe, you know, I wouldn't want to mess with time. I feel like everything plays out the way it should. But that is a good question. Maybe go back in time and tell myself in high school, hey, idiot, start a YouTube channel. That might be what I do, but that's just very small scale. Who do I think will die in Stranger Things 5? Flip a coin. Again, I'm going to say this to the end of the line. Flip a coin on Hopper or 11. One of them's not making it out. I could see one of the older kids between Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve also biting the dust. But we'll see. I'm still not caught up on The Last of Us. I'm behind. I haven't seen episodes 6 or 7 yet. Which Cobra Kai season is the best? To me, season 5. I've never seen The Umbrella Academy. A lot of people have asked me to do reactions to it. I may down the line, but I feel like I would rather watch it than react to it. I'm kind of like, you know, I'll use this time to talk about something with everybody. I'm kind of like You guys know I do reactions here and there, and the Cobra Kai series was by far the most fun I've had with a reaction series. I don't want to throw in the towel on The Mandalorian, but like I love The Mandalorian show, and it's almost like, do I want to continue doing reaction videos for it? We'll see. Um, we'll see. I put out like the poll, and everyone's like, do episode. I was leaning spoiler reviews personally, but then the poll results were like episode reactions, and so I put out the episode reaction, and I thought that like I don't know. Have you guys watched The Mandalorian season 3 premiere? Actually, just let me know that in the comments down below, and then we'll discuss further. But yeah, I'll stick it out probably with the Mandalorian reactions, even though I know a lot of you guys don't like. A lot of you guys don't even watch the Mandalorian, but I enjoy the show. Let's see. Do I think Steve or Hawk had better character development? Steve. Yeah. If you guys ask me, for the most part, and it's almost unfair. Like anytime people ask me like Stranger Things or Cobra Kai, like I'm always going to answer Stranger Things probably. Hawk had great character development, but Steve was perfect. Perfect. Okay. Favorite character in The Last of Us? Joel, probably. What I think of Interstellar? Damn great film. I need to rewatch it soon, actually. Probably will before Oppenheimer comes out this summer. I might rewatch all of them, all of the Nolan films. Let's see. Favorite Jon Favreau movies? Iron Man, Elf. The Jungle Book 2016 is really slept on. I got to see Chef still. I want to watch that movie. Which series do you like best? Zack and Cody, or Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for me a little bit more, just because it's a more classic feel. I like the hotel setting. It also has some legit classic Disney Channel episodes, and On Deck lost a little bit of the magic, I would say. It went on a little too long. There was that. What was that guy's name? Woody. There was like I swear to God, there was someone named like Woody or something on the show. He was a goober, so it just didn't have the same feel. It wasn't as strong as Zack and Cody. Let's see. I see some more people in the chat saying I should watch The Walking Dead. I'll have a Rocky franchise ranking coming out tomorrow, so I won't give my ranking out now. But I like the first Rocky a lot. That's all I will say. I love the first Rocky. So that's what I will say about that. Where the hell was I? Oh, there I was. Wait. I always lose my spot in these things. Okay. Another question about the Umbrella Academy. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I would ever react to the show, but I haven't seen it yet. I've heard good things. I heard season 3 was bad, but again, I know pretty much nothing about it. Tanner says, have you ever gotten into the sports card hobby or sports Funko Pops? I'm happy to say I haven't opened the floodgate on sports Funko Pops, just because I prefer. I have like a whole like wall over there of movie ones. Like I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of 21 pops right there, way more in a glass shelf, and then these pops behind me. So I have a lot of my favorite movies and TV show ones. In terms of sports cards, that was like one of the first things I collected back in the day, and I'm talking like 2007 era, when I was a wee lad. I had a binder full of football cards and baseball cards. I would trade them with my friends. I went to Sports Card. Was that the name of it? There was a store near where I grew up, little like in like a little strip mall, and they had like all the autographed cards and like baseball cards with pieces of bat or jersey. And I had like some of those. I think I still do, actually, in a bin somewhere. But Funko Pops is the number one thing I collect right now. And I now have this. I'm really into the signature one. So I'm gonna. I want to get. I have some ideas for more pops I want to get signed pretty soon over the summer. There's a bunch of cons. I think I see Cam's in here, actually. Thank you for the super chat, Cam. Love you. We're going to be going to some cons, I think. But Cam with a question, fire question, and then I'll get back to the rest of the questions. Water. Rank the Marvel Disney Plus TV shows right now. Go. She-Hulk. Okay, we'll start from the bottom. She-Hulk. Man, I need a list. I need a list right now. Hold on. Marvel Disney Plus TV shows. She-Hulk was the most dreadful for me personally to watch. Okay. I think we I know them, but like just seeing a list will be easier to place them. Here we go. Did I get a list? Did I find one? Hold on. Okay, yeah, we got it. So, okay, She-Hulk and What If are at the bottom for me. So She-Hulk, What If, we're going from bottom to top. She-Hulk, What If. I will then go WandaVision. I will then go Moon Knight. I know people are gonna get upset. I don't really care. It's just my opinion. Then I'm going Miss Marvel, which I liked. I've thought about it more. I enjoyed it more than I originally did. Then I'm gonna go with. I have 3 left, and they're all pretty good. Nah. Then I'm gonna go with. I think. Wow. I think I might go Hawkeye. I love. By the way, Hawkeye was my favorite for the longest time. I still like it, but I think I'll go Hawkeye. And then the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki. I think Loki has regained my number one spot after Quantumania, and I always enjoyed Loki. There's literal watch party footage of me enjoying the show. Had some gripes with it, but now it's like I see. It's like I see the light. I think Loki might be my favorite. So sue me. But thank you for the super chat, Cam, and the question. Great question. I love questions like this, guys. So keep them coming. Where was I though? Let's find where I was in the chat. Way up here. Okay, I was here. I'm also 5'11". Yeah, nice. Nice. You and I are like, what's your favorite genre of music and favorite song from that genre? I have every genre in the books on my Spotify playlist. I would say, I couldn't tell you this for money. I actually don't know. Right now, I mean, the entire West Side Story soundtrack. I'm really into like musicals. I don't care. I'll admit it. Definitely watch The Fablemans. I plan to. I plan to. Would I cry if I met RDJ? I would probably be so. I would be like, this isn't real. Like that. I wouldn't like when I met the Giancarlo Esposito and the Cobra Kai dudes, William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, Martin Cove. I was like, it still felt in reality because I don't even know how to put it. Like I was able to speak, I was able to speak and get comfortable. With Robert Downey Jr., I think I would be like, are you real? I feel like it would be fake almost. So he's just, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, he's just the next level of stardom. I mean, since 2008, I've been watching the man play Iron Man. So I don't know what I would do. Another super chat from Cam. Rank the Hobbits. Another banger question. By the way, Cam met all of the Hobbits. Check out her vlog. I have a vlog covering Comic-Con, but check out Cam's as well if you want more from that. Her channel, you can literally click from the chat and go check it out. It's her most recent upload. Rank the Hobbits. Number 1, Sam. He's the GOAT. Number 2, Merry. And then I would say Frodo and Pippin, because Pippin, I know, but Billy Boyd is amazing, by the way. But Pippin always pissed me off watching it. I'm like, dude, you know how many issues would just not happen if you weren't doing this right now? And I get that literally he exists for A, comedic relief, and B, to progress the plot. But he does some infuriating stuff, Cam, that is it's you can't even deny it. He's funny though, So that's the thing. I like them all. I don't hate any of them. Frodo might be at the bottom. I don't know. It's tough. Look, at the end of the day, Sam's the best. That's really the easy answer here. Samwise Gamgee is the best, and he's one of the best Lord of the Rings characters in general. Okay. Where the hell was I? Okay, I was here, and then I was here. What's your least favorite MCU project? Thor: Love and Thunder, without question. Favorite Percy Jackson character? Well, considering I haven't read the novel in years, I've only read the first book, or I think I read the first 2 maybe, and I've only seen the movies. I like Percy. That's a really basic answer, but it's just the way I feel. Do I watch WWE? No, I do not, but I watched some of it when I was younger, actually. I remember watching it in like summer nights with friends. Ryan asks, how do you and Cam get into Comic-Con? Well, we just bought tickets to go, and You can do that at any Comic-Con. On the website, they like have the tickets for sale, but I may be going to future ones with like a press pass actually. So I'll update you guys on that actually when I find out more information. But I've applied to one of them. That's all I'll say. Okay. Where do you think we will see Shang-Chi again in the MCU? I think the Marvels. I think in his next movie, and I think that's going to come out in like before. I think it's actually going to bridge the gap between Kang Dynasty and I almost said Endgame, Secret Wars, because I remember there was a leak a while ago with some Marvel titles that have been like copyrighted, and one of them was like The Wreckage of Time or something, Shang-Chi and the Wreckage of Time or something like that. And I think that'll be a movie that deals with that whole multiversal shattering that I assume will happen some point in the King Dynasty and that will lead into Secret Wars. We got Cody in the house. What's good, man? How the hell are you doing? It was great to meet you at Atlanta Comic Con, and hope all's well. And I definitely, yeah, Strike First Media, baby. I love that logo. Let's see. Annabeth. See, I'm so not unfamiliar, but damn near unfamiliar with sorry, I just got a message on my phone. I need to reread slash rewatch, maybe not rewatch, but read the 5 books. I've only read the first 1 or 2, like 1.5, I'll call it. So I'm very out of the loop with Percy Jackson. That's more Cam's area of expertise, I should say. We got The View with Drew in here. What's going on? Hot take: 1966 Batman is the best Batman movie ever. Yeah, that is a very steaming hot take, but I respect it. I've never watched The Witcher because I haven't played the games. I feel like I'd be pretty confused. Keep, watch, burn, The Empire Strikes Back, The Dark Knight, Infinity War. I'm keeping The Empire Strikes Back, watching Infinity War, burning The Dark Knight. Is that crazy? Let me know what you think of that. Which one would you keep? Okay, this is a great question because you just know. Recorded Entertainment knows this is a bit almost. A New Hope, obviously, I'm keeping. That's just like because it's my favorite movie, and then Suicide Squad is literally, I think, one of the worst movies I've ever laid eyes on. So, for those of you who don't understand, this is kind of a little gag to stuff that I have gone into on the channel before. I've never been more just not defeated is the right word. Never been more defeated. I don't think. Twice in my life, I remember walking out of theater very defeated. Suicide Squad 2016 and God Almighty: The Rise of Skywalker took it out of me. Another super chat. Justice for Pippin. And then another super chat. Cam just killing it with the super chats here. By the way, if you guys want to guarantee that I get to your questions, this is the way to go. They pop up for me so I can just boom answer them. And it's also a way to help support the channel quite a bit. I'm the Percy Jackson in this relationship. See, Cam, this goes over my head because like I said, I'm out of the loop here. Oh, unless because I thought you were referring to like relationship roles. And I'm like, then am I the other part of the relationship? But you're saying you were the Percy Jackson person. And yes, that is 100% correct. I am not, but I will probably, I'm back into reading now. Believe it or not. I'm reading Ralph Macchio's book. I'm about halfway through already, which is like pretty damn awesome for me. Like I've read 115 pages of the book. Really damn interesting stuff. I have gained a lot of insight into the Karate Kid, Ralph Macchio's journey, the formation of the Cobra Kai series. Like it's really damn interesting. Highly recommend it to anybody who is a fan of Cobra Kai. Okay. Back to the chat. Wherever I was, let me go find it. I was here. Okay. Which MCU character do you feel could have been left out of the movie entirely? For Quantumania, if you're referring to Quantumania, it's a tough one, actually. I don't really. Which MCU character do you feel could have been left out of the movie entirely? I thought MODOK played a pretty crucial role in that movie. I don't know. I couldn't think of a character that should have been removed, actually. So yeah. Ben says, yo, time for Creed 3. Hell yeah, enjoy it. I hope you do. I'm enjoying my Rocky binge. Like I said, I watched while I was doing stuff and watched, I had them on today. Rocky 2, 3, and 4, and I watched about 30 minutes of Rocky 5, I'd say. I got to catch up because I'm doing a ranking tomorrow. I've seen all the movies, but yeah, it's going well, and I seem to be in the minority in Creed 3. I don't hate Creed 3. I think a lot of people think I do hate Creed 3. If you go check out my review, I was let down by it, and I think that it has solid moments. I can't say too much just because I don't want to like get into spoilery territory, but I have significant issues with the movie. Significant issues with like mainly the fights, not even the way they're shot, but like the technicalities of it all. And it really, I couldn't overlook it. I couldn't. Anyway, topic for another time. Where was I? Hope you enjoy it, by the way. Very excited for Daredevil Born Again. Very pumped. I think that 18 episodes. The only thing that concerns me is the rating and the maturity of the show. I don't want it to be, I think it needs to maintain the tone of the Netflix show, which is probably not possible. Stranger Things 3 or OBX 3? Stranger Things 3 all day. All day. Who'd win a fight, Wenwu or Namor? Ooh. That's a good one. That's a great question. Depends where the fight's taking place. I like Wenwu in that, low-key. They're both great, though. Favorite video game protagonist of all time? I like Nathan Drake a lot. A lot. Johnny or Hopper? Again, love Johnny, but I lean Hopper ever so slightly. And that actually might be featured in in Cobra Kai Nation's vlog of his trip. There might be a question similar to that in that video. Outer Banks or Wednesday? Outer Banks, actually. Yeah, Wednesday's really good, but I'd rather watch Outer Banks over Wednesday if I'm given the two. Outer Banks or Stranger Things? Stranger Things. Favorite horror movie and show? I don't know if I have a favorite horror show. I actually don't know if I've seen a horror show to my knowledge. Like the haunting shows on Netflix, I haven't seen those. Favorite horror movie? It's like a three-way race, and they're vastly different. Scream, Saw, and Psycho. Let's see. I may do an updated Star Wars ranking at some point for sure. When we get more like the rest of Mando, we have Andor. Season of the Bad Batch is happening right now, so we'll see. Great question here, Recorded Entertainment. I will probably do another favorite movies video at some point this year, and maybe legit give you guys like a ranking of like, hey, this is my list of my 50 favorite movies, because I've never really done that, and I think I might have be onto something. So we'll see. My fan of Star Trek. I've seen most of the movies, the main 6, but I'm not, and I've seen the trilogy. But I'm not like a crazy big fan. I like it. It's entertaining. Like I like the trilogy a lot. I just haven't seen it in forever. Probably since Beyond came out. Was that 2016? Damn. So yeah, that was, how long ago was that actually? 6 years ago? 7? Was that 7 years ago? My God. Yeah, it was. That's scary, actually. Another super chat from Cam. Oh, yeah, 100%. It's Servant. I've only seen season 1 of Servant, but season 1 was very damn interesting. Thank you for that reminder, Cam. Servant, we got to finish it, but it's M. Night. He directs it. He's like a producer, and it's creepy as hell. It's like a horror thriller, and it's disturbing at times. Keeps you guessing. It's a little frustrating, I will admit. But I know the last season's on right now, like currently airing every week. So we got to catch up for sure on that. But thank you for reminding me of that, Cam. And thank you for the super chat again. Let's see. And if you guys are near, by the way, 50 people, hit that like button. Helps out quite a bit. Helps out more than you know. Where was I? Okay, so I'd answered this. Yes, and I answered that. Okay, cool. Cobra Kai or Outer Banks? I lean Cobra Kai for sure, actually. Outer Banks is fun, but Cobra Kai is the better show. What video games do you play? I actually have a Twitch. You can check it out. It's linked down below. I don't do as much streams as I used to, but the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I'm very excited for Jedi Survivor. I've played Spider-Man PS4 to 100% completion. The Lego games. I love Madden, NCAA football games, stuff like that. That's my favorite. The Batman Arkham games were a lot of fun. So yeah. Toy Store ranking from bottom to top. 4, 2, 1, 3. The trilogy is elite. 4 is eh. What theme park do you like best, Disney or Universal? I love Universal in terms of the theming. I just have a big soft spot for Disney. I got to lean Disney there. You got more thrills and Harry Potter, obviously, at Universal, but Disney forever will have a special place in my heart. My favorite Broadway show, is it basic? Yeah, but it's probably Hamilton. I have been to a concert. I've been to a few in my life. Harry Styles, Post Malone, 2 country concerts for some reason. So I've been to like 4 concerts in my life. Let's see. My back just hurt a little bit. Streaming services ranked. Netflix and HBO Max are at the top. Then I would probably go Disney Plus, maybe? Prime Video, somewhere in there. Hulu. Yeah, something like that. Disney Plus has a great catalog of Marvel, Star Wars, and some pretty good original content, a lot of original content, but I still use it pretty frequently. It does have a lot of disappointments, though, let's be honest. Keep, watch, burn, Return of the King, Return of the Jedi, Dark Knight Rises. I will burn The Dark Knight Rises, even though I love it. I will watch... look, I'll watch Return of the King. I'll enjoy it. And I'll be like, that was a great conclusion. And I'll rewatch Return of the Jedi every day for the rest of my life because I love that movie so much. By the way, it's coming to theaters. Might have to go see that. It's coming to theaters in April, I want to say. So hell yeah to that. By the way, I don't know what's going on with the light there. And if you guys are in here, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I have no clue how many likes we're at, but if you're in here, hit that like button. All right. Which Guardians member do you think will be dancing during the opening credits of Volume 3? I guess you make a good point because in the first one it's Quill, and the second one it's Groot, and this one I'll throw a curveball and say multiple or all of them will be dancing since it's the last one. It'll be all of them dancing. 2022 was a pretty bad year for the MCU, let's be honest. Who would you rather meet, Hank Hill or Hank from Breaking Bad? For sure. For sure. If you could destroy Rise of Skywalker, how would you do it? Probably on Mustafar in the lava. That might be too quick and painless. I think it deserves a more harsh death. Maybe the Rise of Skywalker, the only copy of the film, could be on the first Death Star, and then it explodes, but it somehow still is alive to feel the pain. And then it drifts through space and somehow lands on a random ship. That ship then goes to Mustafar, and it burns a little bit in the lava of Mustafar. Then it's somehow rescued. It's taken to Dagobah on a ship somehow, and then it's like really soggy in the swamp for like decades. And then like just when it's like, oh, it's just about to like fully dissolve somehow, it's dried out, and then it has to suffer freezing cold on Hoth for years. And then it's taken from Hoth, and you know what? All that actually happens in a short period of time. It's blown up on the second Death Star, and then it's taken from the second Death Star, and it's just left to dry and rot, buried in the sands of Tatooine after it's eaten in the Sarlacc. And then a Rancor gets its hand on it, and then it blows up somehow. That's what I would do with it. There you go. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Top 5 favorite comedies of all time. I would say movies. I would say The Other Guys, 21 Jump Street. These are in no order, by the way. The Other Guys, 21 Jump Street, Superbad, Tropic Thunder, and The Big Lebowski. That seems like a solid 5 to me. I'm probably forgetting some, but those are 5 hilarious movies that I just adore. All right. What is the scariest movie of all time that I've seen? I honestly don't know. The Final Destination franchise trips me out in a weird way. So that one always makes me feel the weirdest after I watch it. Favorite actor? Brad Pitt, probably. Let's see. Tomorrow will be 6 years since Logan came out. Wow. I saw that one in theaters opening day. You're right. March 3rd. I remember that now. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. No. I think everyone missed Luis in Ant-Man 3. I definitely did, and I know We could have used some Luis moments for sure. So, yeah, definitely missed for sure. Could have used him and the rest of the squad, like Kurt and everybody. Let's see. I have not seen Supernatural. No, that's Jensen Ackles, though. One has to go. Spider-Man movies, Superman movies, Batman movies. I think Superman goes. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of calling back to what I talked about earlier, right? The keep, watch, burn. I definitely think that the Superman has to bite the dust, unfortunately. Robert Pattinson was the perfect choice, no doubt about it. Can't wait for the Batman Part 2. Keep, watch, burn begins, A New Hope, and Fellowship of the Ring. Keep, A New Hope, watch Fellowship of the Ring, and burn Batman Begins. I like the Dark Knight trilogy a lot, but the two films from the other trilogies are superior trilogies. All right. Let's see. I've not seen The Outsider on HBO. This has Jason Bateman in it. It has Ben Mendelsohn, I believe. I haven't seen it. I've heard pretty solid things. I heard it's like a slow burn, but I've heard good things, honestly. One has to go from Lola. R2D2 C3PO. I'm keeping R2. Yeah, all day. R2 over C3PO for sure. What is your... let's see. Do you think there should be Stranger Things land somewhere? Not at Universal, but somewhere in the world that should exist. Somewhere out there in the world, I think it should exist because that would the Netflix universe, almost like Netflix needs to make its own theme park. I mean, Cobra Kai area with Karate Kid stuff, Stranger Things. You've got a like escape room or experience. You could do an Outer Banks area. You could do so many things with that. Yeah, that would be a big hit. A big hit. Bridgerton, I know, has a following. So, yeah. Wednesday, my God, they could do so much. Have I met any famous actors, celebrities? Ryan makes a good point. Yeah, I just did, actually. So you should check out the Atlanta Comic-Con vlog that I just posted this week for interactions with them. But I've met a few. I actually met Sam Witwer at Disneyland. I was just walking around and I met him. It was pretty cool. I met Giancarlo Esposito and 3 Cobra Kai actors. You'll have to check out the vlog for who. Well, welcome in, Lola. It's good to have you here. Brand new. We're glad to have you here. You're asking some great questions. What would you say is the best TV series of all time? I haven't finished The Sopranos. I've seen one episode, but of all time, I'll do completed shows to make it easier on me. Breaking Bad, probably, for completed shows that I've seen. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, completed shows I've seen is the keyword there. Stranger Things is not completed. Cobra Kai is not completed. So, yeah. They should make a movie about that happening to Rise of Skywalker. I might try and make that a short film one day. No, I'm kidding. Favorite Stranger Things character is a two-way tie pretty much between Hopper and Steve, but I lean Hopper. I am a fan of Rebels, yeah, and there was a Rebels nod in the episode of The Mandalorian. I was like, oh shoot, those are the space whales, I call them. They're the Purgils, technically. I can never think of names like that in the moment, but the space whales, I like to call them. And that is the last time we saw Ezra and Thrawn in Rebels. They went into hyperspace on their ship and with a fleet of those. So that's hinting they return, I think, 100% in, I think, the end of the season. I think that'll be the big Luke Skywalker moment will be the Thrawn and Ezra reveal, and it'll be damn hype. Let me just say that much. I'm excited. All right. Thoughts on Little Mermaid remake? I'm excited. Lin-Manuel Miranda doing the music. Daveed Diggs is Sebastian. I think Halle Bailey, I believe, is the actress's name, is going to crush it. The cast across the board is loaded. We need, you know what we need? A damn full trailer. We got the teaser and then they dropped a little spot. Drop the official trailer, you fools. You cowards. Drop it. I'm excited, though. Yeah, excited. It'll do $1 billion at the box office, I think. For sure. What are your theories on Stranger Things: The First Shadow? I think it will definitely, I mean, it's focusing on Henry Creel. We got that information officially confirmed. I think it'll just give us more insight. I don't think it can be too pivotal because it's a stage play, and if the stage play is not recorded and put on Netflix, we will be confused as viewers. You know what I'm saying? So it can't be too pivotal to the 5th season unless there's a recorded version of it that is put on Netflix, kind of like they do with Hamilton. Other than that, I think it'll just give us more backstory on Henry Creel, really. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Favorite Cobra Kai character? I'll give you 5 in no order. Johnny Miguel, Sam LaRusso, Robbie, and perhaps Daniel. I think Disney will do a great job with the Ahsoka show. It's basically like a live-action Rebel sequel, and I'm so here for that. So down. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was also thinking. Ezra, Thrawn, where are they at? The Office all day over Parks and Rec for me personally. Do you think sharing things every weekly? I don't. I think they'll maintain the binge format just because Netflix has pretty much done that through and through. I think they'll do volume 1 and 2 where they have half the season or something drop on one day, and then a month or two later they'll do the rest of it. That's what I think will happen. Let's see. By the way, hit that like button if you guys are here. It helps out a lot. And keep your questions coming. If you want to guarantee that I get to your question, comment, or concern, Super Chat is the way to go. It's also a way to help support the channel a lot. If you guys are here on the replay, I do appreciate it. I know time zones are a thing, and not everyone can make it live, but hit that like button. It really does mean a lot. Do you think the day will ever come when Willem Dafoe will be cast as a Joker? I don't. But in the multiverse, somewhere out there, in another branch, I think that exists. Top 5 favorite songs of all time? Hard to answer because I listen to a lot of different music. So I actually don't know if I have any answers to this. A few songs that I've listened to a lot over my life within like the past decade. Let me go to my Spotify and try and tell you some. It's kind of tough for me, like I mentioned. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind is definitely pretty high on that list. In terms of like, I don't know, that's so tough, guys. Really is. I love Everlong by Foo Fighters. That's just a few. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. All-time songs, yeah, that's too tough to answer. There's 2 that I gave you though, 2. Yeah, I agree. They got to drop the full trailer pretty soon. I agree 100%. Haunted Mansion looks pretty solid, by the way, surprisingly. Overall thoughts on Phase 4? It's the weakest phase of the MCU to me, and it's not even up for debate. It was a transitional period, looking back, because I liked Quantumania. Peace, Jon Snow. Thank you for stopping by. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's actually CHRIS is how you spell my name. But I appreciate it, Jon Snow. And listen, you know nothing, Jon Snow. If you know, you know. Best apocalyptic story. I mean, it's hard to argue against The Last of Us, right? The Last of Us, like that story, both just the game, the existence of the storyline, whether it's the game or the show. Incredible stuff. That's the first one that kind of comes to mind, actually. Another one though, A Quiet Place. That's great. Let's see. Favorite Rocky movie is the first one. I have a ranking coming tomorrow, but the first one. Let's see. If you had to choose Star Wars, the MCU, I think I lean Star Wars, guys, just because I love the OG trilogy. I love shows like The Mandalorian and Clone Wars and just the storytelling. The MCU has some all-time great stuff for me, but I think I lean Star Wars. I'll probably take a few more questions here. We're about to hit the hour mark, by the way, so fire them away if you got them. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee that I get to it if you're dying for me to answer a question. And hit that like button. It helps out quite a bit. Where was I, though? If you could meet one Spider-Man actor, who would it be? Andrew Garfield. I would meet Andrew Garfield for sure. The man. I never got into the Arrowverse shows. Never. I think I watched one episode of The Flash years ago, and I was like, this isn't my cup of tea. The production value is pretty low, too, surprisingly, I thought. How do you find real-life locations? You can go online and look them up. There's a lot of them in the state of Georgia. I think IMDb probably has some listed as well. There's websites out there that tell you where they are, though, that you can definitely look up. Did I watch Andor? I did. I dug Andor. Yeah, I really did. It was one of my favorite shows of last year. The heist episode, incredible. The Prison Break episode was my favorite, and the finale was riveting. So yeah, it had some really great tension, and I loved how we got drama, and it was like a slow burn that built up to pay off every few episodes. Favorite person you met at Comic-Con? I honestly think my favorite interaction was probably Martin Cove. We talked forever. He was dropping crease lines to my face. He was really cool, but everyone I met was really down to earth, chill, and I'm glad that I got to have that experience where I met all of them. But the Martin Cove one was like, damn, this guy, I'm talking to crease for like 3 minutes. It was awesome. You think Henry knew Joyce or Hopper? We're going to find out. I've seen some things on Twitter saying that's why Joyce and Hopper were not around during this whole thing. But, I don't, during the events of season 4, they were in Russia is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know. We'll see in the stage play. I'm interested. Funniest movie I've ever seen. Superbad's pretty high on that list, I would say. Big Lebowski's high on that list. Yeah. Well, wrestling man. I don't really watch WWE too much. I did when I was younger a little bit, but in terms of actors, I do think Dave Bautista is the best. But the sport, I can tell you this much: I watched Rocky 3, rewatched it today. Thunder Lips. We had Hulk Hogan make his appearance, so that's a thing. Do you play any instruments? I don't, but I played trombone at one point. Cobra Kai Zone, what's going on? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Sorry, Cobra Kai as well. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I think we, I believe, I don't want to misspeak here, but I believe we follow each other on Instagram. So yeah, hell yeah. Boom. Let's see. Your opinions on 3C Films? 3C, I actually met 3C Films. Did you guys know that? I did. Last May, I met him I talked to him for a few minutes. He's a cool dude. Yeah, he's a grinder. He makes great content, and that's pretty much all I have nothing bad to say about 3C Films. He's a damn beast in terms of YouTube grind, and he's a very well-spoken dude who has some clean editing. Just the production value of the videos is insane. So yeah, he's I would say a legend. I would. Tyler or Xavier? Xavier, I believe, is the one. Tyler turned out to be like kind of a scumbag, right? Xavier was like the good guy in the end, if you want to call him that. Yeah, Pedro Pascal or Ryan Reynolds. Whew. Right now, Pedro Pascal. MCU or DC? MCU. Oh, TV? MCU still. DC's got one thing. Peacemaker, I think. Andor's my favorite Star Wars show. That's totally valid. Welcome back, Star Court Food Court. I miss knowing the Stranger Things experience isn't ATL anymore. I'm glad I went to that twice. Yeah, I went twice as well. I'm very glad I was able to go. I think it's in Toronto now. Is Mike the worst Stranger Things character? No, he's not the worst, but he's just taking a bit of a back seat lately. I've never met any Stranger Things actors. Lies. I met Carrie Elways. Technically, he is the mayor, Larry Klein in season 3, but I haven't met anyone else. But technically, I guess I met a Stranger Things actor. But other than that, no, I haven't met any of the main ones, but I will one day. Scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Guardians 3? Like a 9. Really excited. It's my most anticipated MCU movie of the year. It's a trilogy capper, and also I think it's going to be just damn good. I think Guardians are going to die. James Bond or Austin Powers? James Bond. I've actually never seen the Austin Powers movies. Favorite Adam Sandler film is probably Uncut Gems or Punch Drunk Love, one of his series movies. In terms of comedy, though, I like Happy Gilmore. I remember enjoying. I haven't seen it in years. What's the weakest and strongest indie movie? The weakest is Crystal Skull. The strongest is Raiders. Top 3 Spider-Man movies in no order: No Way Home, the OG Spider-Man, and probably like Spider-Verse, if I had to say. But I don't know. It's tough. Mando or Andor? I prefer Mando. Give me Messi, even though I'm so unintelligent when it comes to that sport. I think Messi. Do I think Deadpool or Moon Knight? Yeah, probably both. Everyone will, I think, appear in Secret Wars. I think everyone's going to appear in that. Yeah, 100%. Literally every actor under the sun. They don't even have to be there at the same time. They just throw them in a room for a few seconds. There will be like some Endgame type shot with like every Marvel character ever. I think will be there. Absolutely, Cobra Kai Zone. Absolutely. One has to go Lion King, Scorpion King. Scorpion King. I haven't even seen it. Lion King's goated. Favorite Chris Pratt film? Probably the first Guardians, to be honest with you, or Moneyball. That's a great movie. Book of Boba Fett or Bad Batch? Probably Book of Boba because we have those Mando episodes and the one with like Luke, Grogu, and Ahsoka. That's up there. The Cobra Kai fandom rules 100%. And I'll probably take like 2 or 3 more here. Hype level for Spider-Verse 2. I'm excited. I'm not like over the moon excited, but I'm excited. I think it'll be really good, but I don't know if it can be as good as Spider-Verse, the first one, just because I just don't know. I'm a little hesitant, but it's also a very crowded summer movie season, and I'm more excited for Mission Impossible and Indiana Jones. So like every week there being a new movie I'm excited for, it's like I will get way more excited for it when we get closer to it. And when I rewatch, the first one in preparation. Predictions for Max in season 5. I think she'll definitely play a role, and I've talked about this. Vecna might be using her as like a vessel at one point, and they could have some internal thing like where 11 like uses Max to locate Vecna or vice versa, something along those lines. It'll be wild. I did hear the rumors that Tom Holland will be in it. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of the Spider-Man live action lended their voices to the movie at some point for a little No Way Home bit. I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see it happening, so for sure. But yeah, I'll probably take like 1 or 2 more. So, and then I'll wrap it up. Favorite DreamWorks film? I don't know. I really like Shrek 2. I think I'm forgetting one. I like the first Madagascar. I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon yet. Kung Fu Panda's good. I need to rewatch it. So yeah, one of those maybe. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but yeah. That might just do it for this live stream here on a Thursday evening. I've got more Rocky to watch, so I'm going to go take care of that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're in here, hit that like button right now. It helps out a lot. Hit that like button. And also, if you are on the replay, hit that like button and maybe leave some questions. I'll try and get to them after the live stream. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I have some Rocky videos coming this weekend. Next week, a lot of Scream videos, so stay tuned for that. And March is going to be big for basically summer movie season early. I'm excited. Lots to look forward to. Always good to do these live streams. I appreciate you guys coming in here and hanging out. Whether you are always in the streams or it's your first time here in the stream, it does mean a lot. Hit that like button. Stay tuned for more content coming soon. Of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not already, as I am trying to hit my goal of 72,000 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content coming tomorrow and through the weekend. And I will see you guys in the next video, stream short. Peace.